Yes, hello, good evening, learners. Good evening. I hope you're doing well and having a great day. So अभी तक we have done the first chapter and the second chapter जो हमारे first unit में आते हैं. हमने introduction वाली unit खत्म कर ली है. Today we'll be starting with the unit 2 which is consumer equilibrium and हमारे इस बार जो term 1 में है सिर्फ दो ही units हैं. So let's start with the unit 2, consumer equilibrium. We'll see the utility analysis today. All right. So before starting, let me first introduce myself. My name is just select the pen first. Yes. So my name is Kanika and I am your economics educator. I'll be teaching economics for class 11th and 12th on this platform, and I have completed my graduation from Lady Shram College, University of Delhi. All right. And I hope you'll gain some understanding of the concept of consumer equilibrium from this video. Before starting, I would like you to know some of the Unacademy's plus subscription features. You get to learn live from the comfort of your home. You get unlimited access to all the courses, and you get to learn from the top educators of India. You have also regular doubt solving clearing sessions and the answer writing session, which will immensely help you. They are very important from examination point of view, and all the syllabus will be covered properly. Like, you don't need to worry about the completion of the syllabus. All the educators will cover the entire syllabus in an orderly manner. Okay. You'll also get a proper mentorship and guidance. All the study material in the PDF format, various practice test and live test series, and access to all the batch courses. The live test series and the practice test will help you to know how much you have understood and how much more you need to do. These were the features of Unacademy's Plus subscription. We'll quickly see the pricing of Unacademy's Plus subscription features. We have 5 modules. You can see that if you subscribe for 24 months, the price is least per month, which is 1042, and you'll save upon your money if you subscribe for 24 months. And I would suggest you to go for this one. You can use my code here to avail a 10% discount, which is KAY10. Okay. Now let's look at Unacademy's iconic subscription features. The features includes personal mentor. You will get a personal mentor if you subscribe to Unacademy's iconic subscription. Okay. Who will guide you about all your educational who will guide you throughout your educational journey, your academic journey, and address all your concerns, academic concerns. And you'll get a live doubt solving session and weekly report. This is again very important because you'll know how much you have done and how well you have performed in the previous week. You'll be able to plan well your next week based upon this previous week's result. And also your parents will be able to connect with your mentor, which is again a very amazing thing. You will get study planner to plan your studies well. You'll be able to stay consistent after planning your studies, and you won't leave any topic, and you will uh, free your mind from unnecessary clutter about planning. You'll just need stick to this study planner. And along with that, you'll also get all the features of Unacademy's Plus subscription. Okay, these are the features along with Plus subscription you'll get. Now let's quickly see the pricing of Unacademy's subscription. We have again 5 modules here. This price starts from 2,833 if you subscribe for 6 months. But if you subscribe for 24 months, then the price is 2,000, and you can see that you'll save upon your money to subscribe for 24 months. Again, you can use my referral code, which is KAY10. Also, you can download the app and unlock all the free content using my code, which is KAY10. You just need to go to Play Store or App Store, download the app, log in into it, and choose your goal, which is 11th and 12th in your case. And it will ask for an invite code. Type in KAY10 here, and you'll unlock all the free content with my code. ठीक है? So let's see what all we are going to do today. तो आज हम क्या क्या करने वाले हैं? We'll see the concept of utility. There are high chances that you may not have heard this word, but आज की क्लास में we'll be hearing this word a lot. हम सारी utility की ही बातें करेंगे. Next is how to measure utility. We'll see two approaches, which is the first one is cardinal and the second one is ordinal. तो ये दो approaches देखेंगे हम, किसने ये approach दी थी और ये क्या होती है वो देखेंगे. Now then we'll see the total utility and marginal utility. इनका हम concept देखेंगे, इनकी हम table देखेंगे and then we'll see the graph. ठीक है? उसके बाद we'll see the relationship between total utility and marginal utility. Again we'll see the concept, few pointers, tables and the graph. ग्राफ से हमारा रिलेशनशिप काफी क्लियर हो जाएगा, तो we'll see the graphical representation. And the last thing we'll do today is law of diminishing marginal utility, which is again very, very important. It is one of the most important concepts in this book. And we'll also see some MCQ. I'll be also doing a table with you, like missing value table, just to make your concepts more clear. All right. So let's start. Now, what is utility? You may or may not have heard this word, but let's start with an example. Suppose I am having a cup of tea. I am having a cup of tea. Okay. So I get some satisfaction. Anyway, if you eat or drink anything, you'll get a satisfaction. So I am getting some amount of satisfaction from a cup of tea. So this satisfaction from cup of tea is utility. In other words, I can say the satisfaction is utility. So another example, if I eat an apple, for example, if I eat a pizza, then I again get some satisfaction, which is utility. Okay. So if I eat anything or any satisfaction I get from a commodity, that is termed as utility. You can see here that the satisfaction derived from a commodity, the commodity may be anything, that is called utility. ठीक है? अब ये सारी utility की अलग-अलग definitions है. All right. Now, the most satisfying part of a commodity is utility. What does that mean? That, for example, there is a particular commodity X. ये commodity X मेरे को कितनी satisfaction दे सकती है? How much satisfaction it can give or how much it can satisfy me? So this is the utility. Again, we get utility from having a cup of tea, having a fruit, and utility is measured in terms of utils. Now, what is util? जैसे हमारा, for example, if I measure temperature, the temperature is 25 degree Celsius. तो जो डिग्री सेल्सियस है, ये is a unit for measuring temperature. ऐसे ही util क्या है? A unit for measuring satisfaction. For example, I ate an apple and I got 5 utils of satisfaction. So this is how util is used, and this is how we can even write utility in terms of numbers. Okay. It is a measure of satisfaction an individual gets from the consumption of the commodities. I think the concept of utility is clear. Utility is nothing but satisfaction from a commodity. If you have something, if you eat something, you get a certain amount of satisfaction. That is utility, and it is measured in terms of utils. Now, let's see what are the two approaches to measure utility. Now, the two approaches we have already that one is cardinal, and another one is ordinal. ठीक है? अब cardinal क्या होता है? There was an economist, his name was Marshall. He said कि जो भी satisfaction हमें किसी भी commodity से मिलती है, for example, a cup of tea, उसको हम numbers में, absolute numbers में measure कर सकते हैं. For example, I get a utility of 8 after having a cup of tea. I get 8 utils of satisfaction after having a cup of tea. That's what he said. For example, I get a 5 util satisfaction after having a glass of milk. I get a 3 util satisfaction after having an apple. So Marshall said that the satisfaction can be measured in absolute numbers, 5, 3, 1, 8. We can take any number. Okay? This is what Marshall said. And this is called, this approach to utility is called the cardinal measure of utility. Okay? Now we'll see another approach, which is ordinal measurement. So, ordinal measurement was given by Hicks. He believed that we cannot measure satisfaction in absolute numbers, like we saw in the previous case. Now, I got 5 utils of satisfaction from apple. Okay, this is apple. Let's take a cup of tea here. It would be easier for us to understand through example. So I get 5 utils of satisfaction after having an apple and 4 utils of satisfaction after having a cup of tea. But what Hicks said is कि इसको हम ऐसे measure कर ही नहीं सकते. We can't measure in absolute numbers. We can't. Satisfaction cannot be measured in absolute numbers. It can be just ranked as high and low. I can just rank it as कि मुझे एप्पल से लो satisfaction मिलती है और मुझे टी से high satisfaction. ठीक है, I can just rank various commodities or I can just give my preferences. For example, there are 5 commodities X, Y, Z, A and B. So what Hicks said we can do कि हम उनको rank कर सकते हैं. For example, I get highest satisfaction from B, then from X, then from Y, then from Z, then from B. तो what he said कि हम ऐसे इनको ranks दे सकते हैं, इनको preferences दे सकते हैं, एक यूनिट से एक कॉमोडिटी से दूसरी कॉमोडिटी को कंपेयर कर सकते हैं. व्हाट ऑल वी कैन डू, वी कैन रैंक, वी कैन कंपेयर और वी कैन गिव प्रेफरेंसेस. ठीक है, बट वी कैन नॉट मेजर इन एब्सोल्यूट नंबर्स. This was the second approach to utility, which is ordinal measurement. Now we have seen what utility is and what are the two measures which are used to measure utility. And the unit for utility is utils. All right. I hope the concept till here is clear, and we'll be seeing majorly the cardinal measure in our book. हम अपनी बुक में या माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में विल सी मेनली कि हम हर एक कॉमोडिटी में को हम हर एक कॉमोडिटी से हमें कितनी सेटिस्फैक्शन मिल सकती है वो हम मेजर कर सकते हैं. So we'll see various examples and whole of the approach in our book using this cardinal measure only, and the consumer equilibrium analysis using utility analysis or cardinal measure. We'll see this one. Okay. So now let's move to what is total utility. Let's understand it first. एक बार टेबल से समझ लेते हैं, then we'll look at the definition. Definition would be easier after the table. For example, this is the unit of apple and this is the total utility I am getting after eating an apple. Now I have consumed first unit. I got a satisfaction of 50 utils. This is in utils. And now make sure whenever you write any, if this is for term 1, term 2, term 1 में तो आपके MCQ होंगे, you won't face any problem. But suppose in term 2 there will be some question जिसमें you have to make a table or graph. तो make sure कि जहाँ पे भी table बन सकती है, जहाँ पे भी graph बन सकता है, बना दो. You will, the examiner won't have a chance to cut your marks. तो टेबल और ग्राफ्स बनाओ और बनाने के साथ उनको लेबल करो. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल आई डिड दिस, यूटिल्स लिख दिया मैंने, यहाँ पे यूनिट कंज्यूम्स लिख दिया अगर मैंने एप्पल का एग्जांपल लिया है तो. ठीक है, अच्छे से टेबल को और डायग्राम स्पेशली उनको अच्छे से लेबल करना. नाउ लेट्स कंटिन्यू. फर्स्ट यूनिट कंज्यूम करी, मुझे 50 यूटिल्स की सेटिस्फैक्शन मिली. मैंने सेकेंड एप्पल कंज्यूम करा, मुझे 90 यूटिल्स की सेटिस्फैक्शन. ठीक है, मुझे यहाँ पे एडिशनल 40 यूनिट्स की सेटिस्फैक्शन मिली एक और एप्पल कंज्यूम करने की वजह से. द टोटल यूटिलिटी, जो फर्स्ट एप्पल एंड सेकेंड एप्पल, दोनों एप्पल्स की मुझे जो यूटिलिटी मिली, दैट इज माय टोटल यूटिलिटी. ठीक है. Similarly, after consuming 3 apples, the total utility I got is 120. which is an addition here. Again 30 का addition हो गया यहाँ पे. Similarly 4 units I got 140 as total utility, 5th unit 150 as total utility. Now we have understood the concept. Let's see what does the definition say. It says sum total of utility derived from consumption of all the units of the quantity. जितनी भी units हैं, for example we had 5 units here, तो जितनी भी units को consume, जितनी भी units हैं उनको consume करके जो total utility मिलेगी, this is our total utility. Total satisfaction जो मिलेगी वो हमारी total utility है. ठीक है. Now let's see the graph of total utility. Before that, I won't be able to speak much louder because I'm having a bad throat the last few days. So this is the graph of total utility. ठीक है. तो graph of total utility हम देखेंगे. We can see that in the graph, especially when there is an x-axis, y-axis पे हम हमेशा जो curve बना रहे हैं उसका नाम लिखते हैं. For example, we are making the total utility curve here. तो हम TU लिख देते हैं, total utility लिख देते हैं. Suppose हम यहाँ पे demand curve बना रहे थे तो हम demand curve लिख देते हैं. ठीक है. In the same way, you have to write the name of the curve you are drawing. On the x-axis, you generally write units. यहाँ पे हमारी यूनिट फॉर एग्जांपल एप्पल है तो हम वहाँ पे एप्पल लिख देंगे. अब हमने सिर्फ सिंपली जैसे हम ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन में क्या किया है, जैसे हम ग्राफ्स में पॉइंट प्लॉट करते हैं. जस्ट लेट मी चेंज द कलर ऑफ द पेन. तो यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे कि अलग अलग पॉइंट्स पे, फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज 1 4, दिस इज 2 8. तो व्हाट डज दैट रिप्रेजेंट कि 1 4 से क्या रिप्रेजेंट होता है कि आफ्टर eating one apple or after consuming 1 unit of this commodity, I got satisfaction of 4 utils. ठीक है. तो this is a particular point represents on graph. ऐसे ही हम सारे पॉइंट्स को जब ऐसे प्लॉट कर देंगे ग्राफ पे तो विल गेट अ कर्व लाइक दिस. ठीक है. I won't overwrite it because it will make it messy. Okay, just understand that the shape of the curve is very important. In microeconomics, you are just getting started with graphs and curves, and with every curve, you should know why it is like. Just ask yourself this question every time you see a curve: why the shape of this curve is like this. So ask yourself this question, और उसके बाद your concepts will be clearer. ठीक है. So we can see the total utility increases as the units are increasing. Then we reach at a maximum level. हमारी total utility का maximum level हो जाता है. उसके बाद हमारी total utility decline होना शुरू हो जाती है. So what does that mean? If I keep on consuming a unit of like more and more units of a commodity, for example, I keep on eating apples. After I eat 5 or 6 apples, I'll start getting negative utility. मुझे उससे डिससेटिस्फैक्शन मिलनी शुरू हो जाएगी. तो दैट इज द रीजन हमारी टोटल यूटिलिटी डिक्रीज हो जाती है. So this is the graph. You should always remember, always this shapes this. This is the graph of total utility. Now we'll see what is a marginal utility. So marginal utility क्या होती है? We will see in the table first. First तो देख लेते हैं कि it is an additional utility because of consuming one more unit. What does that mean? Simply, if I have already consumed 3 apples, ठीक है, so how much additional utility I get for consuming the 4th apple? अगर मैंने 4 एप्पल्स पहले से ही कंज्यूम कर लिए तो मुझे 5th एप्पल कंज्यूम करने के बाद जो सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलेगी, जो एडिशनल सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलेगी, द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट वर्ड हियर इज एडिशनल. जो मुझे एडिशनल यूटिलिटी मिलेगी, दैट इज माय मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी. ऑलराइट. Now we'll see this in the table. टेबल में वी हैव 0 यूनिट्स, 1 यूनिट, 0 यूनिट। ऑब्वियसली हमें कोई मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी नहीं है क्योंकि ऑलरेडी हमने कुछ कंज्यूम ही नहीं किया, तो कुछ चेंज भी नहीं होगा। ठीक है, नाउ वी हैव टोटल यूटिलिटी। फर्स्ट यूनिट से हमें 50 यूटिल्स की सेटिस्फैक्शन मिली, तो हमें एडिशनल यूटिलिटी भी 50 ही मिली। जस्ट मेक श्योर यू रिमेंबर कि फर्स्ट यूनिट पे हमारी टोटल टीयू इज इक्वल टू एमयू, क्योंकि यू कैन बी आस्क्ड दीज काइंड ऑफ डिटेल्स इन द एमसीक्यू कि कौन से यूनिट ऑफ कंजम्पशन पे हमारी टोटल यूटिलिटी इज इक्वल टू द मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी, ऐसा पूछा जा सकता है। And when we consume another unit, the second unit, we get a satisfaction of total 90, but जो additional satisfaction होती है वो 40 होती है, जो यहाँ पे भी है, right? So these are the additional satisfactions. ठीक है, जो हर एक figure है वो additional है. This is 50 is after consuming first unit, I got 50 satisfaction. By consuming second unit, I got additional satisfaction of 40 utils. ठीक है, this again is in utils. And after by consuming third unit or third apple, I got additional satisfaction of 30 utils. All right, and the fourth 20 utils. तो जितना भी एडिशन हो रहा है, एडिशन इज आर मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी, और इसको अगर हम सबको सम टोटल करें तो विल गेट द सेम फिगर, which means derives we can derive a formula from here, which is that the summation of marginal utility is total utility. ठीक है, summation of marginal utility is total utility. We have two important formulas in this marginal utility and total utility. The first I have written here, the second I'll write here. Marginal utility is equal to total utility n minus total utility at n minus 1, which is nothing. Suppose हमें marginal utility at second unit निकालना, so we'll take n, tu at n, which is tu at 2, which is 40, tu at n minus 1, n minus 1 is 2, so tu at first unit will be 50. Sorry, tu, we are taking tu, so 90 minus 50. Tu is 90 and then 50, so we'll get mu, which is 50. तो यहाँ से अगर हमें सेकंड यूनिट पे मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी चाहिए, तो हम सिंपली सेकंड से फर्स्ट माइनस करें. इट इज सिंपल फ्रॉम टेबल. जो अगर फोर्थ यूनिट पे हमें चाहिए कितनी सेटिस्फैक्शन एडिशनल मिली है, तो हम सिंपली टी यू एट 4 माइनस टी यू एट 3 कर देंगे. दिस इज द फॉर्मूला, सेकेंड फॉर्मूला इम्पॉर्टेंट ऑफ मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी. ठीक है, now let's see the graphical representation of marginal utility. Now we can see this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Okay, this is our origin, point of origin. We just don't get confused that this is negative. Why it is negative? I'll explain it here. This is the mu curve. It starts from 6. What does that mean? After eating one apple, I got an additional satisfaction of 6 utils. After eating second apple, I got an additional satisfaction of 4 units. After eating another apple, which is the third apple, I got a satisfaction of 2 units. After eating fourth apple, I got 0 satisfaction. What does that mean now? It simply means that I was full. My point of saturation has came, और मुझे उसके बाद मेरा मन नहीं था, like I should not have another apple उसके बाद. ठीक है, तो जो मुझे last apple है, that won't give me any satisfaction. There will be no addition to satisfaction even after having an additional unit of the commodity. तो एक और कम्युनिटी के बाद भी आपको कोई सेटिस्फैक्शन नहीं मिलेगी, क्योंकि सिंपली मेरा मन नहीं था और आई शुड नॉट हैड दैट फोर्थ एप्पल. अगर इफ आई स्टिल कीप ऑन कंज्यूमिंग, फॉर एग्जांपल आफ्टर फोर्थ एप्पल आई कीप ऑन कंज्यूमिंग, आई कंज्यूम फिफ्थ एप्पल, देन my utility will be negative. What does that mean? That this will give me dissatisfaction or dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction till when my marginal utility was positive, I was getting some amount of satisfaction. चाहे वो कम हो रहा था, 6 मिला, फिर 4 मिला, फिर 2 मिला, फिर 0 मिला. But after the MU becomes negative, मुझे dissatisfaction मिलना शुरू हो रहा है. For example, if you keep on having a certain thing, for example, let's take an example of music. ठीक है, आपका कोई favorite, there is a new song, not your favorite, there is a new song. ठीक है, you for example there is a song you want to hear, आपको first time सुनोगे, अगर आपका मन कर रहा है सुनने का and you hear it for the first time, तो you'll get lot of satisfaction. बट अगर उसी गाने को बार 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 you keep on listening to it, तो what happens, ultimately it will bore you or you won't like it. और एक टाइम ऐसा हो जाएगा कि अगर आपको जबरदस्ती सुनाए तो आपको परेशानी होगी. व्हाट डज दैट मीन, कि आपको डिससैटिस्फैक्शन. ठीक है, तो दिस इज द रीजन कि मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी इवन नेगेटिव में चली जाती है. जो हमारा नेगेटिव वाई एक्सिस है वहां पे चली जाती है. ठीक है, so marginal utility, total utility, along with their graphs and tables concept, I think सब clear है. I'll take a quick break of 5 to 10 seconds here. And since it is a recorded session, so if you face any difficulty or any doubt in this these concepts, you can do two things. You can either write in the comment section. If you don't want to do that, then you can ask me in the second class. I would be happy repeating all if you don't understand like concepts, because they are very, very important. I can't stress it enough. Our this is kind of we are building our basics for microeconomics. ठीक है, इसके ऊपर ही हम सारी चीजें सीखेंगे. So this is very, very important. ठीक है, so we have seen यूटिलिटी क्या होता है, यूटिलिटी में मेजर होता है कार्डिनल यूटिलिटी, ऑर्डिनल यूटिलिटी, टोटल यूटिलिटी, marginal utility and graphical utility. Now we will see the relationship between total utility and marginal utility. इन इकोनॉमिक्स एंड माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स आपको जो भी कर्व बनानी है, आपको हमेशा पता होना चाहिए कि जो उसकी अलग लाइक जो उससे रिलेटेड कर्व्स हैं उनके बीच में रिलेशनशिप क्या है. क्योंकि यू वॉन्ट बी आस्क्ड एज अ सिंगल कर्व का क्या रिलेशनशिप है, बट सिंगल कर्व की क्या सिग्निफिकेंस है, बट रिलेशनशिप विल बी डेफिनेटली आस्क्ड इन द क्वेश्चन एग्जाम. तो आपको यहाँ पे हम फर्स्ट हमारा स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, हमारा टी और एम यू ही करवाया अभी, तो विल सी द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन टी यू एंड एम यू. But what I'll do here is I have 5 points here, but reading or explaining them won't help much. तो मैं क्या करूँगी कि I'll try to explain the first point, then I have graph for that, and I have a relationship with in a tabular format. ठीक है, तो एक टेबल है, एक ग्राफ है और एक स्टेटमेंट है. तीनों को एक स्टेटमेंट पढ़ेंगे, उसको टेबल में ग्राफ में देखेंगे, सेकंड थर्ड ऐसे करेंगे. बिकॉज आई फील लाइक दिस विल बी मोर हेल्पफुल फॉर यू. स्टेटमेंट से खाली नहीं समझ में आएगा. ठीक है, so let's start with the first statement, which is MU decreases, which is marginal utility decreases with each unit consumed, and it may even become zero. It says that the marginal utility decreases, or in other words, it has a negative slope. It has a negative slope. It has a negative slope. It keeps on decreasing with each units you are consuming, and it even becomes zero. ठीक है, वो जीरो भी हो जाती है. लेट्स सी कि ग्राफ में ऐसा होता है. वी कैन सी दिस इज आर MU कर्व. This is our MU curve, and it decreases, and it becomes zero at this point. It even becomes negative. So we have seen the first relationship that MU is has a negative slope. It keeps on decreasing, and it even becomes negative or zero. Let's see from table. We can see that clearly. It is very clear that the values for MU are decreasing. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 0, minus 10. It becomes 0 as well as negative. So the first statement is clear, which is the slope of MU is negative, or MU keeps on decreasing with each unit consumed. The second statement is, as long as MU is positive, TU increases. जब तक MU positive है, हमारा TU increase होता है. लेट्स सी फ्रॉम द ग्राफ कि जब तक हमारा MU पॉजिटिव है, हमारा MU यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक पॉजिटिव है, तब तक हमारा TU इंक्रीज होता है. वी कैन सी आर TU इज इंक्रीजिंग 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 इंक्रीजिंग. ठीक है. अगर हमारा MU नेगेटिव हुआ तो TU डिक्रीज हो जाएगा. तो द स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट कि हमारा MU जब तक पॉजिटिव है वो डिक्रीज हो रहा है, डजंट मैटर, बट जब तक वो पॉजिटिव है, इट इज अबव द एक्स एक्सिस, तो जब तक हमारा जो TU है वो इंक्रीज होता है. ठीक है. लेट्स सी फ्रॉम द ग्राफ कि जब तक हमारा मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी पॉजिटिव नंबर्स है, नेगेटिव साइन नहीं आया, तब तक जो टोटल यूटिलिटी है इट कीप्स ऑन इंक्रीजिंग. ठीक है. एब्सोल्यूट टर्म्स में वी कैन से इट कीप्स ऑन इंक्रीजिंग. So let's see the third statement, which is TU is maximum when MU is 0. Now it is very very important. I can't stress this enough. Let's see in the graph. जहाँ पे हमारी TU मैक्सिमम है, यहाँ पे हमारी TU मैक्सिमम है, यहाँ पे हमारी TU मैक्सिमम है. ठीक है. दिस पॉइंट. और यहाँ पे अगर हम नीचे आए तो वी कैन सी कि हमारी MU यहाँ पे एक्स एक्सिस को टच करती है, क्रॉस करती है. व्हाट डज दैट मीन? कि हमारी MU यहाँ पे 0 है. हमें एडिशनल कोई भी यूटिलिटी नहीं मिलेगी एक और यूनिट कंज्यूम करने के बाद. तो उसका क्या मतलब है? इसके बाद हमें नेगेटिव सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलेगी. तो हमारी जो टोटल यूटिलिटी है दैट वुड बी मैक्सिमम व्हेन MU इज 0. क्यों? क्योंकि MU 0 के बाद MU नेगेटिव हो जाएगी और टोटल यूटिलिटी इंस्टेड ऑफ इंक्रीजिंग इट विल स्टार्ट डिक्रीजिंग. फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स सी इन द टेबल कि यहाँ पे हमारा जो मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी है वो 0 है और यहाँ पे हमारी 150 TU है. उसके बाद TU डिक्रीजेस होता है. तो दिस इज द पॉइंट ऑफ सैचुरेशन. ठीक है. पॉइंट ऑफ सैचुरेशन. इस पॉइंट के बाद आपका ग्राफ पे टोटल यूटिलिटी का मैक्सिमम पॉइंट होगा. इस पॉइंट के बाद TU will start decreasing और marginal utility negative हो जाएगा. So this is the point of saturation. Now let's see what happens when MU is negative, TU is declining. You can clearly see कि जब MU हमारा नेगेटिव हुआ यहाँ से यहाँ तक तो हमारा TU डिक्लाइन होना शुरू हो जाएगा. Which is अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग कि मुझे नेगेटिव सेटिस्फैक्शन और डिससेटिस्फैक्शन मिलेगी, जिसकी वजह से मेरी जो एडिशन भी नहीं होगा टोटल यूटिलिटी में, उल्टा सब्ट्रैक्शन होना शुरू हो जाएगा और जिसकी वजह से टोटल यूटिलिटी कम होनी शुरू हो जाएगी. यू कैन सी हियर कि जैसे ही MU नेगेटिव गई -10 हुआ वैसे ही टोटल यूटिलिटी डिक्रीज होना स्टार्ट होगी. अगर हम यहाँ पे एक और लिखे 8 130, ठीक है, एंड आई राइट -10, वो डिक्रीज ही होती रही. Now let's look at the last point, which is decreasing MU implies that TU is increasing at a decreasing rate. Now there are two concepts, please pay attention. First is that TU increase हो रहा है, TU is increasing. Now the second important thing to note here is at the rate which is it increasing. ठीक है. तो किस रेट पे TU इंक्रीज हो रहा है? TU हमेशा जो डिक्लाइनिंग रेट है वहां पे इंक्रीज हो रहा है. इसको हम टेबल से समझते हैं. यहाँ पे हमारा TU 50 था, हमारा 50 यूनिट्स का एडिशन. यहाँ पे हमारा 40 यूनिट्स का एडिशन. यहाँ पे वी गॉट एडिशन ऑफ 30 यूनिट्स. तो वी कैन सी कि एडिशन तो हो रहा है. उसका क्या मतलब है कि TU इंक्रीज तो हो रहा है बट जो रेट है वो कम है. पहले 50 था, फिर 40 था, तो 30 था. द रेट इज डिक्रीजिंग. ठीक है. रेट डिक्रीज हो रहा है बट जो एडिशन है वो कुछ तो एडिशन हो रहा है. जब तक कुछ ना कुछ एडिशन होता रहेगा तब तक TU इंक्रीज करती रहेगी, चाहे वो डिक्रीजिंग रेट पे ही क्यों ना हो. तो वी हैव सीन डिक्रीजिंग TU डिक्रीजिंग MU डिक्रीज हो रही है. उसका मतलब जो एडिशनल जो एडिशन हो रहा है TU में वो कम होते जा रहा है. इट सिंपली मीन्स कि उसका जो इंक्रीज होने का रेट है वो डिक्रीज हो रहा है. ठीक है. तो दीज आर द 5 पॉइंटर्स विच यू नीड टू नो बिकॉज दीज इसमें से किसी भी पॉइंट से आपसे MCQ में क्वेश्चन पूछे जा सकते हैं क्योंकि दे आर यूनिक ऐसा नहीं होगा कि एक ही सिचुएशन, लाइक एक ग्राफ में अगर टी यू मैक्सिमम है तो एम यू कहीं दो जगह होंगी। दिस इज वेरी यूनिक। दोनों कर्व्स की पोजीशन बहुत यूनिक है। अगर एम यू पॉजिटिव है तो टी यू इंक्रीज ही होगा। तो यू कैन बी आस्क्ड एज लॉन्ग एज एम यू इंक्रीजेस टी यू डैश, यहाँ पे डैश आ जाएगा, यू विल बी गिवन 4 ऑप्शन। So make sure this relationship is clear to you. If this relationship is not clear, just tell me, I'll repeat it again for you. ठीक है? Now we'll see a very important, which is law of diminishing marginal utility. Now, what is law of diminishing marginal utility? It is simply what we are seeing. अभी हम जितना भी हमने marginal utility, total utility का concept पढ़ा, उसमें हमने देखा marginal utility is like this. वही हमारा लॉ ऑफ टी, उसका हमारा हर एक लॉ का हमारा स्टेटमेंट होता है, कुछ अजम्पशन होती है, उसका ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन होता है, उसकी एक टेबल होती है। ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीजें हम किसी भी लॉ में, जैसे हम इकोनॉमिक्स में भी, माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में काफी पढ़ेंगे, देयर विल बी वेरियस लॉज। तो यू शुड नो कि हाउ व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स आर लॉ इंक्लूड्स। तो यहाँ पे इन आर माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स इट विल इंक्लूड कॉन्सेप्ट, or in other words we can say a statement. You can't write any statement जो proper एक टर्मिनोलॉजी होती है उसको यूज करते हुए, एंड क्रिस्प, वेरी क्रिस्प स्टेटमेंट एंड वेरी शॉर्ट स्टेटमेंट। क्रिस्प और एकदम शॉर्ट जो होता है, दैट शुड बी स्टेटमेंट। देन हमारा असम्पशन होता है, और वी कैन से हमारे एक्सेप्शंस होती है, और फिर हमारा टेबल आती है, प्लस हमारा ग्राफ आता है, एंड पे यू राइट कंक्लूजन। This all completes a loop. So we are starting here by seeing the statement. ठीक है, हम statement देख रहे हैं. The statement says the law of diminishing marginal utility states. What does the law states? As more and more units of a commodity is consumed, the marginal utility or the additional utility derived from every additional unit declines. It is as simple as the concept of marginal utility जो हमने अभी देखा है. For example, I am consuming a glass of milk. ठीक है, after consuming the first glass, I got a satisfaction of 10. Then my satisfaction from the next glass will keep on decreasing. What does that mean? कि सिंपल ह्यूमन नेचर है, अगर आप एक ही चीज को बार बार खाते रहोगे तो एक पॉइंट आ जाएगा, यू वॉन्ट वांट टू ईट इट एनी मोर। ठीक है, उससे सेटिस्फैक्शन हमारी डिक्रीज होती जाएगी। इट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट द लॉ स्टेट्स, द मोर एंड मोर यूनिट्स ऑफ अ कमोडिटी इज कंज्यूम्ड, ज्यादा से ज्यादा जितने आप यूनिट्स कंज्यूम करते रहोगे उतनी ही आपको जो उससे एडिशनल सेटिस्फैक्शन हर एक यूनिट से मिलनी चाहिए वो आपकी डिक्रीज होती जाएगी, और एक टाइम पे वो आपकी जीरो हो जाएगी, और एक टाइम पे वो आपकी नेगेटिव भी हो जाएगी। ठीक है, वो आपकी नेगेटिव भी हो जाएगी। दिस वाज द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ द लॉ। नेक्स्ट लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द असम्पशन। अब हमारे इस लॉ की दो असम्पशन। ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट हमारी दो असम्पशन है। फर्स्ट इज ओनली स्टैंडर्ड यूनिट्स ऑफ कमोडिटी आर बी कंज्यूम्ड हियर। Only standard units are consumed. Now, what does that mean? Suppose I am having a cup of tea or a glass of milk. So this is a standard: a cup of tea, a glass of milk, one apple. Commodity को measure करने के लिए this is a standard. I cannot say I'll have a spoon of tea. स्पून ऑफ टी इतना कम हो जाएगा कि उसमें मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी द लॉ ऑफ डीएमयू वॉन्ट अप्लाई, बिकॉज आप एक स्पून ऑफ टी लोगे, यू वुड वांट मोर ऑफ इट, क्योंकि द क्वांटिटी इज वेरी लेस, द वेरी स्मॉल क्वांटिटी यू आर टेकिंग. So the law of DMU to apply, you should have a standard unit of something. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बाइट ऑफ एप्पल लेके you'll say that the अरे लो DMU तो अप्लाई ही नहीं हो रहा, I am getting more satisfaction from the bite. No, you have to consume the entire commodity or the standard unit of entire standard unit of that commodity. Only after consuming that, law of DMU would apply. ठीक है. Now the second assumption, I think the first assumption is clear. The second assumption is consumption is continuous. Like I can't say that I had an apple in the morning, I'll have an apple in the afternoon, and then I'll have an apple at the night. Okay, I can't do this. मुझे अगर if I am having an apple right now, तो मुझे उसके बाद एक और एप्पल खाना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद उसके बाद, which means the consumption should be continuous. In other words, it should not be there should be no breaks. There should be no breaks in the consumption. All right. So we have seen the statement of law which says that if we consume more and more units of a commodity, the additional satisfaction from a particular commodity will keep on declining. It will become zero and even negative at a particular point of time. Now we have two assumptions. One is that the amount we consume should be standard unit of that commodity, and the second thing we can say is the consumption should be continuous, and we should not take breaks in between consuming 2 units. फिर law of DMU apply नहीं होगा. ठीक है. Now let's see the graph which is same as the graph we saw of of DMU, the TU and MU, and I won't go into detail because I have already explained this graph enough. कि जब सिंपली एक बार रिवाइज कर लेते हैं कि MU हमारा डिक्रीज होता है तो हमारा TU इंक्रीज होता है एट डिक्रीजिंग रेट. जब हमारा TU मैक्सिमम होता है तो हमारा MU जीरो होता है. जब हमारा MU नेगेटिव हो जाता है तो हमारा TU स्टार्ट्स डिक्लाइनिंग. ठीक है. This is the graph for law of diminishing marginal utility. Now I have covered all the concepts. I'll do some MCQs with you. Let's see हमने आज क्या क्या किया है. हमने पढ़ा है what is utility. ठीक है. Utility is nothing but satisfaction derived. उसको हम utils में measure करते हैं. Second, we have seen the cardinal approach which was given by Marshall, which he said कि we can measure satisfaction in absolute numbers like 8 utils, 7 utils. Okay, now the second approach was ordinal measurement, which was given by Hicks. He was also an economist. He said we cannot measure utils in terms of numbers. हम सिर्फ preference दे सकते हैं कि I get low satisfaction from this, high satisfaction from this, or I get more satisfaction from this commodity and less satisfaction from this commodity. And we can rank various commodities, but we cannot like say in absolute numbers. Okay. This was ordinal approach. Then we saw what is total utility. It is nothing but sum total of the utility after consuming all the units. If I consume 6 apples and I got 10 from each, then 60. मेरी total utility 60 हो गई. ठीक है. However, it doesn't happen कि सबसे 10 मिले, but just in a hypothetical situation, just to understand, make you understand कि 6 में से अगर 6 apples खाए और सबसे 10 satisfaction मिली तो मेरी total utility हो जाएगी 60 utility. ठीक है. We have seen the graph of total utility, which is an increases at decreasing rate, then it reaches its maximum point, and then it decreases. Now we have already also seen कि marginal utility क्या होता है. It is nothing but addition to the total utility. हमने दो formulas देखे हैं which are very very important. The total utility is nothing but summation of marginal utility and the marginal utility is total utility at n minus total utility at n minus 1. Then maybe you may hear some sound because it has started raining, so please bear with the sounds. I can't do anything about it. So we have seen the graph of the marginal utility. relationship, which is very very important. We have seen the 5 statements, उनका हमने graphical graphs में हमने देखा है कि कैसे क्या statement कहाँ पे correct है, ठीक है. And then in the relationship in the tabular format, law of diminishing marginal utility हमने उसका statement देखा है, हमने उसके assumption देखे हैं दो. Then we have also seen the graph. Now let's do some MCQs. उसके बाद हम table करेंगे. We'll be done with the today's class. ठीक है. So let's I'll since this is a recorded session, I'll pause in between, I'll pause after every question for 10 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. Then I'll explain the answer, and I'll hope the explanation would be sufficient for you to understand why if you don't get the answer. Still, if you don't get the answer, feel free to comment and I'll be happy clearing it out. Okay, let's start with first. In which analysis utility can be measured? हमने दो analysis देखे थे, कौन से वाले में हम utility को measure कर सकते हैं. The first option is the cardinal utility. The second is ordinal utility, both A and B, and none of the above. I'll pause for 5 seconds since this is an easy question. Okay. So the correct answer is cardinal utility analysis. We have already seen this was given by Marshall. उन्होंने क्या बोला था कि हम यूटिलिटी को 1, 2, 3 ऐसे एब्सोल्यूट नंबर्स में मेजर कर सकते हैं. Clear? Let's move on to the second question, which is the ordinal concept of utility is measured in terms of किनके terms में measure कर सकते हैं. I'll pause for 10 seconds. The first option is level of satisfaction, second option is units, third option is constants, and the fourth option is none of the above. I'll pause for 5-10 seconds, then we'll see the answer. All right, the correct answer is level of satisfaction. यूनिट्स नहीं होगा, डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज, क्योंकि हमने देखा कि ऑर्डिनल अप्रोच में हम सिर्फ लेवल देख सकते हैं कि दिस गिव्स मी हाई सेटिस्फैक्शन, दिस गिव्स मी लो. ठीक है. So this is the level of satisfaction approach, or it this approach can be measured in terms of level of satisfaction. Correct answer is level of satisfaction. Now let's move on to the third question. The want satisfying power of a commodity is called. The want satisfying power of a commodity is called. The first option is consumption. Second option is utility. Third option is production. Fourth option is none of the above. It is very simple. We have talked about it enough to the classmates, and we have talked about this only. Okay, I'll pause for 5 seconds since this is an easy question. Yes, so the correct answer is utility. We have talked about it enough कि satisfaction is equal to utility. हमें किस चीज़ से कितनी satisfaction मिलती है, मतलब किस चीज़ से कितनी utility मिलती है, उसकी किसी भी commodity की बहुत satisfying power क्या होती है, utility. ठीक है. Let's move on to fourth question, which is the formula for calculating TU is the formula for calculating TU. Is it sigma mu, people, choice, or none of them? The correct answer is I forgot to write summation, so it is clear that the correct answer is this. Okay. Now let's move on to fifth question, which is mu हमारी 0 है, तो हमारे TU कहाँ पे होगा? Will it be 0? Will it be diminishing? Will it be maximum, or none of the above? I'll pause in for 5 to 10 seconds. Make sure you answer this question perfect. If you answer this perfect, it means you have understood the relationship between mu and tu quite clearly. Okay. Yes, we have seen. Let's see from the graph. This is our TU curve. This is our MU curve. तो जब हमारी MU 0 तो हमारी TU would be maximum. The correct answer is C, which is maximum. I think it is clear from the graph. You just need to remember it is as simple. एक ऐसे बनाओ फिर mu, draw mu, and then draw tu, then mu, and you'll get an answer to all the relationship questions जितने भी होंगे कि what if mu is declining, तो tu क्या हो रही है, increase. when mu is negative, तो tu, सारे answers आपको इसी एक diagram से मिल जाएंगे. तो let's see the last question, which is again when tu is increasing at a diminishing rate, a decreasing rate, in other words, decreasing rate, then mu is, again it's the question as I mentioned, graph se mil sakta hai. The first option is increasing, second option is decreasing, the third option is constant, and the fourth option is none of the above. So is mu increasing, decreasing, is it constant, or none of the above? Let's see this from graph only. When tu is increasing, तो हमारी tu यहाँ पे increase हो रही है, mu is decreasing. The correct answer is B, decreasing. Now we'll see a table. ठीक है, उसके बाद we'll wind up the class. This is the table. This is very very important for your clear understanding. So just आपको पता रहे कि कैसे tu आ रहा है, कैसे mu आ रहा है. Write down the formula somewhere here. Let me write down here. Tu is equal to and mu is equal to tu at n minus tu at n minus 1. ये दो फॉर्मूला से आपकी ये टेबल फिल हो जाएगी. इफ यू वांट टू चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग तो जस्ट पॉज द वीडियो, ठीक है, and fill this table by yourself, and then match the answer, like then watch the solution, or else I'll just move on to solution for now. तो हमारे यहाँ पे दिस इज आर tu, दिस इज आर mu, ठीक है. तो 0 यूनिट्स पे क्या होगा, tu वुड बी tu, देयर वुड बी नो यूटिलिटी. अगर आप कुछ यूनिट से कंज्यूम नहीं कर रहे हो, इट इज वेरी ऑब्वियस, तो आपको 0 tu मिलेगी. एंड mu इज व्हाट tu एट n माइनस tu एट n माइनस 1. n माइनस 1 तो है ही नहीं हमारे पास, क्योंकि हम 0 से स्टार्ट करें. तो दिस वुड बी अ डैश हियर. यू कैन आल्सो पुट अ 0, बट प्ले सेफ एंड जस्ट पुट अ डैश हियर, ठीक है. तो हमारी फर्स्ट हमारा कॉलम फिल हो गया. नेक्स्ट हमने देखा कि हमारी टोटल यूटिलिटी इज 20. हमने अभी देखा था कि फर्स्ट यूनिट पे आर टोटल यूटिलिटी एंड मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी वुड बी इक्वल. तो हमारी mu भी यहाँ पे 20 हो जाएगी. सिंपल सी बात है, फर्स्ट यूनिट से कितनी सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलेगी. पहले तो मुझे कुछ भी सेटिस्फैक्शन नहीं मिल रही थी ना, तो जितनी भी मिली मुझे फर्स्ट यूनिट से ही मिली. So this is also the additional satisfaction, and this is also the total satisfaction. Now my tu increases to 36. अब हमें mu निकालना है, तो सिंपली फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करेंगे tu at n minus tu at n minus 1, which is nothing but टेबल में देखें तो इस वैल्यू में से ये वैल्यू माइनस करनी है. तो 36 minus 20 is 16. So my mu comes out as 16. We have filled the table till now. अब हमारी mu वी आर गिवन mu और हमें tu निकालनी है, विच इज ऑल्सो वेरी सिंपल. अगर थर्ड यूनिट में मुझे 12 एडिशनल सेटिस्फैक्शन मिल रही है और 2 यूनिट तक मुझे 36 सेटिस्फैक्शन मिली थी, आई जस्ट ऐड इन 12 हियर, विच मीन्स 48 इज माई टोटल यूटिलिटी आफ्टर कंज्यूमिंग 3 यूनिट्स. ठीक है, अगेन मुझे यहाँ पे एडिशनल 8 सेटिस्फैक्शन मिल रही है. आई जस्ट ऐड 8 हियर, but 56. ठीक है, then I'll add 4 again. Simply मेरे इसी से सारे वैल्यूज आ जाएंगे. तो वी हैव सीन कि फर्स्ट थिंग हमें ध्यान रखनी है कि यहाँ पे डैश mu में आना चाहिए, tu में 0 आना चाहिए. उसके बाद वी हैव सीन हाउ टू कैलकुलेट mu फ्रॉम tu. ठीक है, फर्स्ट यूनिट पे हमने दोनों सेम है. फिर हमने सेकंड स्टेज देखी mu की, फिर हमने थर्ड स्टेज भी देखी कि जहाँ पे हम tu निकालते हैं. Now just note down a thing here कि यहाँ पे तो 60-60 है. What does that mean? There is no addition to total utility, or my marginal utility is 0, and this is the point of saturation where tu is at maximum and mu हमारी 0 है. Now TU decreases, 60 से 55 हो गई है. What does that mean? कि -5 हमारी marginal utility. So in this way, एक चीज से दूसरी चीज करके we have filled the whole table. Make sure you start table from the start. आपको 2-3 शुरू के concepts clear हैं, तो you will be able to easily, very easy. It was very very easy. Just to clear your concept, I took this table. ठीक है. तो we are done with today's class. We have done the concept. I have revised the concept. We have done few questions. Since the chapter is not just getting started, तो बहुत tricky MCQ नहीं है, बहुत tricky concepts नहीं है. We'll see those later. So for now, that was about today's class. ठीक है. I'll repeat my timings of class, which is 8 to 9 live. This was not live due to some reasons. ठीक है. Generally 8 to 9 live classes होती है, जिनमें हम ATS में class 11 देखते हैं और MWF में class 12 देखते हैं. And yes, subscribe to the channel. It has all the humanities subject. All the educators will be teaching you live. ठीक है. And please like the video if you have again understanding of the concept. Like the video, share the video. ठीक है. वीडियो को लाइक करो, शेयर करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो. एंड यस, let's crack it. Keep working hard, study well. That was about today's class. Thank you and good night and take care.